Chapter 28. Culebra was scrawled in ridiculously large and colorful letters across the tinted windows of El Mar. The club sat squished in between a barbershop and one of those odds and ends stores that sells everything from 3D Jesus pictures to porn to pogo sticks. A train rattled along the ancient metal caterpillar over Fulton Street and sent a cascade of rainwater onto the exiting crowd. "What'd you guys do?" Benny said when they were grouped outside the front door. "This grease-stained cornball in tight pants thought he was going to get slick with us," Izzy said. "Asked us which one was the girl in the relationship." Sierra put a hand over her eyes. "Oh, Lord." "T told him you are and broke his nose." "Damn," Big Jerome said. High fives and back pats were doled out lovingly to T. She blushed and waved them off, but you could tell she was flattered. "That's my baby," Izzy said, nuzzling her way under T's arm. "Did you figure out the song, Sierra?" T asked. Sierra shook her head. "I couldn't hear a thing once it got crazy. I guess I'll just ask Juan!" As if on cue, Sierra's brother had strolled out of El Mar with a big, tired grin on his face. He looked even tinier than usual next to Gordo's ginormous lumbering bulk. Sierra ran up to Juan and hugged him as tightly as she could. "That was amazing! I'm so proud of you." Thanks, sis." She held him at arm's length and glared into his eyes. "Now, where'd you get the lyrics to that last song?" "It's a poem Abuelo used to always..." "I knew it!" "What's going on, Sierra?" "The riddle. Didn't I tell you about the riddle that says where Lucera is?" No. "I must have forgot with everything going on. Doesn't matter. The text of the riddle is in those lyrics. You have them memorized by heart?" "Yeah, but would you let go of me now? People are staring." Sierra didn't let go. "Tell me, man." Gordo was doing what he always did, smoking the same thick, musty Malagueña cigars that Grandpa Lazaro favored and chuckling like a big Cuban Santa Claus. "Donde las mujeres solitarias van a bailar," he sang softly. "Yes," Sierra said, releasing Juan. "That's the one. You're the best fourth-grade music teacher ever." "Actually, I teach fifth grade now, too." Sierra pulled a blank sheet of paper from her bag. "Can you write the lyrics out?" Juan scowled. "Now, sis?" She got up in his face and walked him forcibly away from the others. "Listen to me," she growled. "Manny's either missing or dead or I don't know what." His eyes widened. "What?" "I got chased by a soul-sucking phantom the other night, in case you hadn't noticed. And who knows what other creepiness is about to go down. I have no idea where this Lucera is, and she's the only one who's going to be able to get us out of this mess. So if you really came back to Brooklyn to help your little sister, please, Juan, write me out the damn lyrics to the song and stop being Crown King jackass." "What happened to Manny?" "He was in a coma or something," Sierra said. "We found him at the printing press and we called 911, but when they got there, he was gone. I think..." How to explain? She shook her head. "I don't know." Juan looked pale. "Damn. Please, Juan." He nodded. "I'm on it. You okay?" "I don't know," Sierra said as they walked back to the group. "I'm worried. This guy, Wick, I'm pretty sure he's trying to wipe out the Shadowshapers." "Wipe out like kill?" "Yeah," Sierra said. "He's turned at least 2 into corpuscles already. That's what Abuelo was trying to warn me about the other day, and why the Shadows sent you to keep an eye on me. We're in danger, Juan. All of us." Juan frowned. "Wow. All right. Give me the paper, Sierra." He furrowed his brow and went back to consult with Gordo. They worked quietly for a while, scribbling little notes. T, Izzy, and Jerome were still joking about the grease stain with the new nose job. "Oh," Gordo perked up suddenly. "I love this part." por el carnaval rodeado de agua del destino y chance. That's the waterbound carnival of destiny and chance, see? The waterbound carnival of destiny and chance? Benny said. What the hell does that mean? No idea, Juan said. It's your song, Sierra said. Nah, it's Abuelo's song. We just turned it into a death metal salsa ballad and threw on some lyrics at the end about a guy who kills his parents and boom, hot #1 underground hit in Wisconsin. You're insane. No, Juan said. I'm a rock star. He passed the paper back to Sierra. She stared down at the full translated poem. When the full moon kills the ancient sun, as the one lures the other who in turn lures the one, when the shadows swarm, take hold in their form, and burst through the burrow like a bullet from a gun. Come to the crossroads come, where the powers converge and become one. See my enemies fall as my spirit voice calls, and the energy surges like 1,000 suns. At the waterbound carnival of destiny and chance, I'm the whisper you hear as you enter the trance. When the lanterns go dead, I'll light the path ahead, from where lonely women go to dance. What's it mean? She asked. Gordo and Juan shrugged simultaneously. But it sounds hot, right? Juan said. Well, we gotta figure it out, Sierra said. This is supposed to tell us where Lucera is. I mean, the whisper you hear as you enter the trance? T said. Maybe she at the club listening to trance music and some hot girl is like whispering in her ear right before she goes into the club. The bouncer, Benny yelled. T burst out laughing. Oh my God, yes! Lucera is a fine-ass bouncer at a dance club. Yo, Sierra, why didn't you say that before? Let's go find her. Sierra laughed with the rest of them, but she was trembling inside. The shadowy back alleys seemed to be closing in around her. Long, clawed hands reaching out from the darkness. That horrible breathing. Manny's tortured face, his mouth opening wider and wider until it took over the whole world. And which crossroads she mean, yo? Izzy asked. I'm saying there's, 11 billion crossroads in Brooklyn alone, right? Word. The answer dangled in the air right in front of Sierra. She could almost taste it. Come to the crossroads come, where the powers converge and become one. But Izzy was right. The crossroads could be anywhere. It might not even mean an actual crossroads. I mean, they probably mean where Eastern Parkway hits Atlantic Avenue, though, Jerome said, like it was the most obvious thing in the world. T gaped at him. Really, my dude? You want to explain that magnificent feat of poetic analysis for us? Yeah, I mean, Atlantic and the Parkway are like the two major streets in Brooklyn, really, and plus, that's right before Atlantic gets off Bridge-like and goes past that hotel. A vigorous shouting match ensued. Sierra felt that if she could just be alone for a few seconds to clear her head, maybe she could make sense of the poem. She mumbled something about having to pee and walked back into El Mar. The waitstaff were all busy cleaning up and putting the tables back in order. Sierra slipped past them and into the dingy ladies' room. Wick's final frantic journal entries still echoed through Sierra. He had wanted spirit powers he'd kept secret from Lazaro, whatever creepiness those sorrows had taught him. And he thought he should get Lucera's role. Sierra gazed into the murky mirror over the sink, past all the hearts and names etched into the glass. How could something as sacred and beautiful as shadowshaping get twisted to make corpuscles and haints? The thrill of watching her chalk creations come to life in the park had been the most amazing thing she'd ever felt. Robbie. She felt calmer just thinking about him. At least she had a partner in this madness. She smiled. That moment in the Club Calfour came swimming back. The swirling paintings, the old man band busting out that sweet Caribbean soul music, Robbie's hands wrapped around her. Sierra opened her eyes and realized she was swaying back and forth, a slow salsa step with an imaginary Robbie in her arms. She was dancing. She watched the reflection of her body move in the smudged glass. Something inside her head clicked. She was lonely. She was a lonely woman dancing. "The mirror!" Sierra shouted, bursting out of the bathroom. A room full of irritated waiters turned their curious stares in her direction. She ignored them and busted outside to see her friends. "It's the mirror," she said again. They gawked at her. Can't explain, crazy lady?" Izzy said. "Where lonely women go to dance. We dance in front of the mirror when we're lonely." "Really?" said Jerome. "Is that what y'all do?" "That's what I just did." Benny scratched her chin. "It does sound right somehow." "Of course it's right," Sierra said. The rest of the answer was so close, she could feel it all about to fall into place. But which mirror? "What's the line before it?" T asked. "About the carnival." "The water-bound carnival where destiny meets chance." "Love that line," Juan said. "No idea what it means." "Well, since we're speaking of water and such," Izzy said. T adjusted an invisible pair of glasses and stuck out her front teeth. "Yes, Professor?" Izzy punched her shoulder. "I'm saying the water is a mirror. You can see the lights of the city reflected in the East River. It's like the corniest poetry cliche ever. Oh, the moon reflected in the sea, blah, 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 blee, blee, blee." "Oh, my God," Benny said. "She's right." Izzy shot Benny a look. "Why you sound so surprised?" "Brilliant," T said. "But still, we're on an island. There's water all around us." "It's Coney Island," Sierra yelled. "Huh? What else could it be?" She started walking toward the train. "The games, the rides, it's the carnival of destiny and chance. The moon reflected on the water." "You going there now?" Benny said. "It's late." "Of course," said Sierra. "Who's with me?"